Look how crap Coventry weather is. Now, don't ask about that random intro. That was my friend Katie's idea. I said to her, I need a topic for my video, and she's like, okay, why don't you go out and stand in the rain and say, look at Coventry's crap weather. So that was that. Anyway, the topic that I'm actually going to talk about is perverts. The first thing, before I get on to my topic, is a shout out to my friend Adam, because I love you. Anyway, there you go. So on to the topic. Perverts. So, the first kind of perverts that I'm aware of are perverts online and MSN. Right. What really pisses me off is, you know, Tagged, the website, tagged.com. I'm a member. If you fancy adding me, my name is Jodie Al on there. And just search Coventry and you'll find me. Anyway, so there are some guys on there that are absolute dickheads. Seriously, their tagline would be, don't add me unless you're going to show me your tits. Or, only, I don't know. Well, you might as well just say only whores add me or something. It's just disgusting, I think, of what girls have come to these days in lads' minds. Not all lads, I may say that. Not all lads at all. But certainly a lot. But, like, it just makes me so angry. I get a fair few ads from random people on MSN or whatever, and they're all tagged, and you get messages and they're saying, will you flash, do you send nudes? And it's just like, no. I have so much respect for myself. I would not sink to that level. It's just horrible. You don't even bloody know the person, and then they'd be like, oh, I only want to have some fun or something, and they'll say, do you want some cam fun? And it's just like, no, please, no. I don't know how it's even got into lads' minds that they can just treat girls like that. And the worst thing is, the girls are starting to think, wow, guys only like whores, so maybe I should become one so that I get noticed. It's just, it's so annoying to me, because I get it quite a lot, and it's not just online as well, right? I have okay, here's the story. Me and my friend, we were hanging about in Priory. This was earlier, not today, but like the other day, and we were like, oh, we're bored, let's go for a walk. So we went and sat in this little arch place, and then this, like, I don't know if he was drunk or stoned, but he certainly smelled like he'd been smoking shit, and his eyes were like all glossy, so I'm pretty sure he was stoned. And then he was talking to our other friends, and they were just like, he was like, oh, you got 50p or something, and they were just like, yeah, here you go. And he was like, oh, thanks. One sec. Right, where was I? Okay, right, the perv story. So we were sitting in this dent in a wall. Well, it wasn't a dent, but you know when you have like, you have a wall and then it's got a hole in it, but it's through both sides. Right, and one side was like this hill of grass, and then the other side was like this just like patio thing, floor, ground, whatever. And we were sitting facing the ground way, because obviously we didn't really want to fall down a hill. So this perv that's asked for 50p from our other friends just comes over to us, and then he just looked at me and it was like, whoa, who are you? I was just like, I'm Jodie. And then he's just like, oh, and then he turns to our friends and he's like, oh, she's fucking beautiful, ain't she? And I was like, thank you. And then he asked my mate if he could have some of her drink, and she was just kind of like, he was like really out of it, and we thought, shit, well, if we don't do what he says, he might like try something on, you never know. And then he randomly, after he'd had a drink, he randomly got out his gel and was like, will you gel my hair for me, please? And I was just like, no, I'll mess it up. And then he's like, oh, but there's a first time for everyone tries it once. I was just like, it was literally, it looked like it just had a big clump of gel in it already, and he already wanted to put more in it. I was just trying not to laugh because it was so horrible. And then like he kept saying like, oh, can you do me more favours? And then he was saying, can I have a cuddle and all this crap. And I didn't give him a hug because I thought that's his chance. He's gonna go like that and then put up the top or undo the bra or whatever, something like that. Anyway, so I was getting really uncomfortable because he kept asking for a hug and everything, and I was just like, no. And then he like was saying, oh, I'm sorry, and then he was going like, oh, can you do me one more favour? And then he winked, and I was just like, fuck this, I'm not staying. And then me and my friend got up and just like sped walk off like really fast. And then he was just like, oh, don't be like that, I wasn't trying to be shady or anything. And we were just like, fuck you. I screamed it at him, and we went off. And you know, the worst thing was, our two guy friends that were there with us didn't even stick up for us or say anything. One's a pacifist, fair enough, but he still could have said, oi, can you like get away from them a bit? Because we couldn't do anything. He was standing right in front of us, so we were trapped. He was coming towards me like, oh, give me a hug, give me a hug. And I couldn't like lean back because it was the grass slope, and I would have like fell down. So I was completely trapped. And then we took the advantage when he turned after winking at us to go and look at our friends. We just legged it because he'd moved out the way. And it's just things like that. And I had this perv in Palmetto as well. That's a bus station for people in other countries watching this. It's a bus station in Coventry. And me and my friend were sitting on one of the benches just minding our own business and talking. This perv comes, and then he's going around to every single person like, you got a cigarette? Oh. And then he was like right in this woman's face. She was sitting down on one of the chairs, and he was like leaning over her, and she was like clinging on to her husband like for dear life because she was so scared. He was right in her face. So he comes over to us, and then he goes to my mate, like literally it was like this close to her face, and was saying, do you have a cigarette? And then she was like, no, I don't. And then he wouldn't move away, so I thought, I've got to make him move. So I went, no, she doesn't. And then he went, and then like turned around, and then he went, oh, nice. And then he went to grab for my face, and I was just like, whoa, and like jumped up and like leaped up, and I was like, what the hell do you think you're doing? And then he was just like, and then walked off, and we were just like, oh. He was disgusting. He was like this old hobo man. He had all like blood vessels that had rose to his nose because you could tell he was an alcoholic because of all these things on his nose. It was disgusting. My last point is my friend invited me to a group on Facebook saying, is this man Carl Bayliss like stalking you? And he had added me, and I looked on his mutual friends, and they were all friends like girls from my school. My school's all girls, and they were all like my age, and his profile was saying, I want to add people younger because I want to make friends. And my friend said to me like, this sounds really dodgy, like why would he add people our age? He added all of these people and me, and then he messaged me like, oh, hope the ad's cool, sweetie. And then you get all these updates saying like he sent you a wet and wipe or something. I was just like, ugh. And you know, you have all the photos on the right hand side. Well, like Anne Summer's profile was just randomly there for some reason, and all these pictures, it showed that he liked them. They were really dodgy ones and all like horrible like underwear and dildos, and well, not dildos, vibrators and stuff, and he like liked them all. And we thought, he's like a pedo, seriously. He wouldn't add people our age if he wasn't like trying to do something, really. And if he just like liking all those handsome pictures, that's just really dodgy as well. So yeah, please comment on your opinions on perverts, and or any of my random stories, and if anything else has happened to you like that, and what you think of my stories and stuff. And rate, comment, and subscribe, please. And I'll love you. Yeah, that's it. So there's my rant on perverts. Ciao for now.